Alright, let's begin. So for this video, I'm going to be showcasing the player prediction model for the Omega Race game. Currently, I have a 25% chance of packet loss, 100 millisecond latency, and no jitter. So for the first thing with player side prediction, there's the fact that the clocks are not synced up. So as you can see, we're approaching 20 seconds on the server. If I were to start over here, we can see we're starting at the beginning. So the times do not sync in player prediction. As you can see, I can move around, place some mines. If I were to run over here, see that mines still work. Lastly, if I were to play on this side, just to have the game work, have the last one be a self-kill, that resets. So now I'm going to just showcase that player 2 works. And place a mine over there. Come on. Nope, missed. Let me run this back around. Okay, that works. And lastly, we'll have the player hit themselves with their own mine. And that updates it accordingly. Okay? So for this version of the test, I had it set up so that the server was playing normally. So this is my my way of doing normal playtesting over here. Just choosing the normal strategy pattern. And then I'm going to have, on this side, I had it so that we had the recording mode. So this served two purposes. One, it showed that they don't have to be the same. So this side was recording, the other side was normal, and everything worked fine. It also allows me to showcase that the works, the playback. So I'm just going to minimize this and have this run on the side while I talk about the code. So while that is going off, the first thing to showcase is here's the scene update, and I'm gonna actually just gonna mute you. Just mute it. But yeah, it's gonna go on the side until it's done. It'll print out a message say it's done, and then I can close it. But in the update, I'm just gonna scroll through the showcase. Physics is not being calculated on the player side. That is all being handled specifically by the server. At the end of each frame for the prediction side, we have it such that we predict the ship's position at the end of every frame for both player 1 and player 2. And for every missile inside the list, we also predict the position for them. So both ships and missiles alike have their own prediction formulas. Prediction class. So for the missiles, they have their own, and for the ship, they have their own. So inside the missile code, there's a prediction here. This is the only change that we did to this part of the code of just adding a predictor. Up and over here, reach the end of the recording. If I were to try and press some other inputs right now, nothing is happening. And now I can focus fully over here. So the way that priority prediction works is now whenever we receive a position message, rather than setting the position directly, we check to see if we have a ship or a missile. When we have a ship, we can set the data that was passed in from the position message, which is specifically a vector for the ship's position and an angle for that ship to look at. If it's a missile, we have to make sure that the object's not null, which is the alternative of it's not a ship. And if we find something, then we set the data for that missile. It's the same for both players. Let's go down here. So for the actual prediction tool, setting the data. Nope, that's player manager. I want ship prediction. So setting the data here, I did not get to interpolating the angle, so it just passes in what the actual angle is. For interpolating position, though, we take in whatever the current game time is. If there has been no time change, then we just set the velocity. We do not update the velocity because otherwise we would divide by 0. If there is a change in time, then we calculate what our new velocity should be, update our t0, and update our initial position to be where the vector is. Whenever we call predict position, which as I showcased it was done right here at the end of the update, we end up setting it to be the position plus the difference in time times velocity. We set our position value to the position found here, and because I didn't interpolate angle, the angle that gets passed in is the angle we know and love. So that's how this works. Missiles do the same thing. I had them separate for doing some testing and trying to fix some issues, but these classes behave identically. So you determine the velocity so long as there has been a change in time. Update the TZO and PZO, calculate the formula, doing the same thing with the ship. And then just to quickly showcase, the server has no prediction over here. So if I were to hop into the player, there's nothing here. If I were to go back to the game scene play and just scroll through it, you can see that we are not affecting not doing any play prediction on the server side. And that's it.